Doki doki ooh ooh. All my heart's for you, my wonderful fiance, Seamus.
Hello, friends. It's Sunday, and I'm late, but it's okay. It's okay because I'm here. I made it. Congratulations to Seamus.
Boy, it's a penis.
Thank you, Seamus. Congratulations to Seamus for being the official first. Carrie is the official second, and Kissy is our official third today. Welcome in, you guys. I also saw Fantacorn and Sparkly. I feel like a Crazy Guy. I was like, I know there was at least one more name. I know it. My brain is braining. And it was braining last night too, because let me tell you what, I got off the computer at like, I want to say 8:30. Sorry, my nose itches. Cat hair. Laid down. I was doing like evening reading, just quiet activity. And I got to that point where you can't keep your eyes open. You can't focus on what you're reading or doing or what have you. And I was like, perfect. It's 9:30. That's close enough to 10 p.m. I will go to sleep. And I did. Like, I was out so fast. It was beautiful. Until, you know, about 1:30 when I woke up. Now, Seamus has been struggling to sleep as well. His is different from mine. This just happens occasionally for him. And I think he was working on something or playing a game or something, because what really, like, I was sort of roused out of my sleep and I was trying to melt back into sleep brain. And then there was just a loud noise from his office. And it was like that adrenaline jolt. And that was it. I was awake. And I was awake until 6:30 when I fell back asleep until noon. And getting up at noon does not bode well for getting going for stream at 2, especially when you need a shower and to do just, you know, general daily things like meds and breakfast and so on and so forth, or in my case, lunch, because I completely missed the breakfast hours. So I put it out. I actually put it out on Discord and socials, but I was like, I'm going to be at least an hour late. It turns out I was 90 minutes late, but you know what? Better late than never. Better late than never, because we're here now to paint our nails. And it's going to be glorious and stunning, and they're going to be wonderful. Did I get the nail art video done? No. Did I start it? Yes. Yesterday was like basically nothing but video editing. I made 7 shorts, which is really good for me because usually I tap out after 4. And I got a new one posted yesterday, and then another one went up today because I've scheduled them for a week. So I got all of that done. And the first one took me 3 hours. Like, talk about an ADHD train, okay? Now that I know this is what's going on in my brain, I can identify it. I sat down yesterday morning to work on this short, right? It's snowing, so I also had to make a decision if I was going to do my massage to go see my client, and I opted not to, which was the smart move, because Plows didn't show up until like an hour after I would have done her massage. But I digress. I got up, I sat down, and I started the editing process for this short, and then I realized that there were 2 things I wanted to do, so I had to do the research for how to do these things. In the midst of doing the research for these, I realized that the time was closing in on my client needing that potential cancellation text, but it wasn't late enough to send it. Like, maybe a Plow would still come through, so I started working on my schedule instead, because this would be something totally easier to step away from, to send that text. Totally. So I did my schedule, realized when I finished my schedule, now I had to make a decision. It was now or never on the client text. So I sent the text. Then I got up and I made food before I sat back down to take the research that I had done to actually make the things that I needed for the short. And then I went back to editing the short. Like, it was such a round robin, and I was like, oh my lord. No wonder why I feel productive, and yet, like, I get nothing done in a day. Sitting here yelling at Yarn and a bit of glaring at the kitty for helping. Oh no, Carrie, not the helper. Not the helper. But yeah, so 3 hours for the first short, and then I think the subsequent shorts only took me maybe 30 to 40 minutes a piece. Maybe, because most of them did not require nearly the amount of editing I put into the first one. I guess I only had the creative vibes for the first one. I don't know. But they are up on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok if you want to follow, see, or care. You know, I always appreciate it, but you're not obligated. You're not obligated. So it was a successfully productive day yesterday, but by the end of it, my brain was cooked. Like, just absolutely cooked, and I had hoped for a really good night's sleep, and I did not get that. So we're still working on the sleep side of issues again. And I know that exercise is going to be the most beneficial thing, but here's the thing. It's friggin' cold outside, and we don't have a lot of space inside. So I'm at that impasse where it's like, I need to exercise, but getting it is hard. I did, however, remember to text my pole instructor today and get on the schedule for Wednesday. So Wednesdays are a go. Wednesdays are officially a go. So that makes me happy. I'm getting back to my beloved. I'm getting back to my beloved. And I'm going to bring 90s nail aesthetics with me because that's what we're going for today. I am a child of the 90s. I'm technically a child of the 80s based on birth date because it was in 89, but you know how it is, right? I grew up primarily in the 90s, early 2000s, and we had quite the aesthetics. Like, Flower Power was at an all-time high, Lisa Frank, just all of the color, like bright colors were in, and I still embody that to this day. I know I wear a lot of like dark or neutral colors, but neons are my jam. Like really bright neonish colors. I love them so much, and that was very much a part of the 90s, especially the pinks, the purples, and the oranges. Like, they were predominant all over the place. So I'm going to try to bring those vibes to my beautiful nails today. I'm going to try my best to. I have no guarantees, but I'm going to try my best to. So I'm going to bring you guys to this screen so that, you know, my light gets out of the way. Oh my god. And I've got one hair poking me in the ear, as usual. Okay. So 90s nail aesthetics. What is it going to entail? Nail stamping, of course. I brought out 2 plates, but I don't think I'm going to be using this one, right? So this one, it came as a set, and it's very cool, and it's definitely the right vibe. But I think, I mean, maybe we'll use this on not our accent nails. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe we'll use it on all the nails. But I also have this one with like the fun shapes, right? And I've wanted to use these since I got them. But I got them right before it was time for like autumn and autumn and Halloween and holiday nails, and you know, then I fell off the radar with the holiday nails. I am so bad at getting Christmas nails done, and I think it's because the cookies take up all of my capacity. So I have both of these plates, and I was originally figuring on doing like stars and butterflies and moons and flowers, because the colors I'm going for, this is going to be 3 of my nails. This is going to be 2 of my nails because I love having accent nails. Like, they are quintessential 90s bright colors. Kind of a Lisa Frank vibe. Yeah, Seamus. Absolutely. So these are limited edition colors from Holo Taco. They are no longer available. But it's Life in Plastic and Box Office Bomb. That's the 2 colors we're going for to make them as bright as possible, because that is a thing. We're going to be putting white underneath. So this is not milky white. This will help to really make sure that those colors come through as bright as possible. And then for stamping colors, I've got a green and I got a purple. And if you can't guess what this purple is, you have not been here very much. So these are both from Maniology. They are specific for stamping plates. They have the right consistency and pigmentation to really show up. So we've got B256 Lime Pine, and then of course my favorite purple from Maniology to date, B421 Baroque. I mean, there might be a better purple out there at Maniology for stamping, but I don't own it. This is the one. This is the purple I always go for, and actually this is the green I always go for because I like them. I like them. And of course, if you want to get any of the Maniology items that I'm using, I do have an affiliate code with them that you can use to get 10% off your order at checkout, and it does directly benefit me. You are not required, of course, but if you should choose to. If you should choose to. I have that. I have that available. I also have the ability to wiggle the camera from the cord that's keeping my cell phone from dying, because this camera here is powered by my cell phone. Not the best setup, but it is a setup and it works. It works. It does the thing. I've already cleaned my nails up. I know they still look a little rough. My skin is very dry. I have cleaned them and I've oiled them, and I have a hangnail that has to go. But when it gets really dry during the winter, this is what my skin looks like. It's fine. It's normal. Just gonna nip that off real fast so that I don't pick at it. Because these are the things. I mentioned it, I think it was Wednesday. Had to be Wednesday when I had gotten my diagnosis back, right? That they diagnosed me with body dysmorphic disorder because I can't have rough patches or whatever on my skin or bumps. This is part of it. Like, I feel those hangnails, and even though it's just a tiny little whisper of the skin not being correct, I will pick at it until it's not there anymore, and subsequently I will actually like give myself cuts or injuries or what have you, because they have to go. They have to go. I can't handle it. Any more? Any more that want to show up? I do not recommend doing the cutting unless you are of steady confidence. Like, my hands are not necessarily steady, but I am confident in my ability to not cut my skin. Like, to actually injure myself. So, just word to the wise there. Don't do that part unless you're confident in not cutting yourself. I really don't want this to... That's better. I have a nice pile off to the side where my nail tools are living for the moment. Okay. Step 1. Get out the acetone cup. I forgot that part. It's been a minute since I've painted my nails. Stop wiggling. Acetone cup. Little dirty, but it'll do. Because it's just going to hold acetone for us. Acetone in a cup because it evaporates in the air. And this is just a little shot glass that I got at Target on sale for $1 in a set post holidays. So this way I never ever use this set of shot glasses to drink from because acetone. But I don't leave the entire container open to ending up evaporating the acetone away. And I'm gonna have to get more soon because, like, this is all I've got left. Was a giant bottle. That's what I got left. So, I'm running low. It's gonna be a trip to Sally's Beauty. It's gonna be a trip to Sally's Beauty. Alright, let's dehydrate these nail beds so that everything sticks to the best of its ability. Because oils on your nails does create a barrier between your base coat and your nail bed, which can cause peeling. Can cause your manicure not to last as long. So it's always important to get rid of that, which does mean I'm going to dehydrate the poor dry skin some more. It's fine. It's fine. I'll rehydrate it later. Huh. Is everybody having a good weekend? Did you do anything fun this weekend? Go see any movies or out to dinner or catch up with friends or play games? Mine's been quiet. Mainly because, like I told you, I did video editing and had weird sleep. You know, like one does. And, you know, also going down the rabbit hole of, oh my god, that's an ADHD symptom too? It's definitely like I'm in the hyper-focused phase of all of the discovery. Because I wasn't about to say, yes, I have ADHD until I got the diagnosis. Now I have the diagnosis and I'm looking up what are the things that can constitute ADHD, and I'm finding all of these things, and then I send videos to Seamus and I'm like, I'm being attacked. Like, this is totally me. I am being attacked. Oh, right. Starting with their base coat. This is smoothing base from Holo Taco. They have a lot of base coats. I use smoothing base because I've got ridges in my nails. So this helps to smooth them out. Yay, Hashimoto's. Yay! May, hello, welcome in. I'm doing good. How are you? Oop, I've got cotton ball stuck to my dry skin too. I always start. Work last night was mad. Didn't get as much done as I would have liked. Had to leave some for coworkers today. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, Carrie. I always start by using my left hand to do the painting because I am right dominant. And this means that I go from the struggle hand to the better hand, which makes it easier on my brain because my brain's not like, oh, it was so easy. Oh my God, it's so hard. Instead, it's, well, this is kind of tricky to, I can do this. Makes a difference. Yay, health problems, right, Lunar? Welcome in. How are you, Lunar? How's it going? Been doing good. Finished the baby blanket I've been working on. That's exciting. That's exciting. Is it for your own baby, May, or is it for somebody else's baby? I don't know if you have kids, if you're married. I don't know what your status is. Your husband's cousin, I love that. I'm sure they are going to adore that blanket. Sunday prep for the next week, so food prep basically. Basically, Lunar. I think that's what you usually do. And in which case, I need to know what's for meals this coming week. Yeah, after finishing the project, right? It always feels good to actually finish a project. I have not forgotten about the beaded animal earrings, by the way. Carrie sent me a little bit of resources. I just, you know, I put it on my, yeah, I will look at that list, and then got distracted. I will this week. This week I'll take a look at it. I tried to reserve the P.O. box online. USPS website was like, sorry, we're experiencing internal errors, cannot help you. And I was like, ah! So I'm probably going to have to go there in person. I think I still want to make a beanie with bear ears. That sounds adorable, May. Meal prep, weekly calendar, to-do list, vitamin setup, and all that. Oh. I've never considered a weekly calendar / to-do list. Like, I made a chores board to kind of keep things in focus. And then, you know, it was novel for a week or two, and then I stopped using it, like one does. You know, the norm. But I never considered just setting out weekly to-dos. It's really not a bad idea. Mine was more of a, these are tasks that need to be done approximately at these times. Mark it off when you've done them. probably because I'm terrible at prep. I'm a person who each week has a planner that I set up for the next. I normally do it on Fridays for the next week, but you had a bad Friday. Oof. I'm sorry to hear you had a bad Friday. I hope your Saturday and your Sunday have been an improvement. May, I want to, if you make that beanie with the bear ears, I'm going to need to see that. I'm going to need to see that because that sounds absolutely adorable. That sounds too cute for words. I write out a full list for the next day. The weekly planner has the bare bones. I don't do the nitty gritty everyday things. That, you know, that's fair. It's the nitty gritty everyday things that I tend to forget the most. But I am learning that what I have lamented this whole time as like, am I just super lazy and can't get out of my, like, can't be bothered, is the ADHD brain. And I'm not actually lazy. I'm just like, my brain struggles to be motivated. And if it's not super easy, I will find every reason in the world why I can't do it. Right? So my task at this point is trying to make things more accessible so that my brain can't be like, nah, that takes too long. Because, like, I even struggle, it's an accomplishment for me if I make myself eggs and toast. Because my brain is like, that takes too long, and there's no sugar satisfaction. So I pick up the floor every day, I write it down each day, I make my bed every day, so I write it down, stuff like that. That's handy. That is handy. I wonder, too, if maybe I'll be better about that once I really sit down and, like, deep purge this apartment of things. Get stuff organized, put things away that we don't need regularly, get the clutter to go away. Because we keep saying that all we need is a bigger place, right? We're just, the apartment's too small for 2 people. But that is definitely not going to fix the issue at large. My meds and such are on an app that is a list so that it's an alarm. Oh, that's really handy, Lunar. Gothic Fairy Queen, welcome in. You're on a 40 stream streak. Let's go. You're our first streaker today. You are the first one. How are you? You're naked. You're naked. How's it going? How is life? Yeah, so, house situation. It occurred to me that just because we get more space doesn't mean we're going to instantly be organized. It just means we have more rooms to clutter. The real answer is getting organized in a smaller space so that when we get a bigger space, we are organized in a bigger space. I've gone down organizing videos currently, like Clutterbug. Oh, interesting, Carrie. The nail art is just beginning. You're here right at the start. We're putting the base coat on, Gothic Fairy Queen. Because no manicure is complete without a base coat. And of course, the freaking pinky nails are the worst because they're so damn small. They're so damn small. So yeah, I figure step 1 is a purge of things we really don't need from this apartment. She's cool. I've never heard of Clutterbug. I do know that to make it happen, I'm probably going to have to call in the assistance of my bestie. If for no other reason than to be there to body double. Because, no offense to he he groans at the idea of doing the organization and stuff, and so that makes it hard for him to be the body double. Whereas my bestie is happy to sit there, chat with me, encourage me, and demand all of the garbage. She likes to put the garbage in the garbage bag for me, and it encourages me to not keep things that are in fact garbage. She's very good about that. She's body doubled for Seamus too, with the garage. So I have a feeling we will have need of her to make this happen. Because if I can get this place more organized and less cluttered so things are easier to access, it's easier to move around and whatnot, I feel like it will help declutter my brain. Because they do say that your space affects your mood and your mental health. And it is so cluttered here. So cluttered. And the things that we don't need frequently that are not temperature sensitive need to go up to the attic. They absolutely need to. There are things that we have that we don't use frequently, but they are very temperature sensitive, so they have to stay in this area that is climate controlled. They really do. I have some things I want to purchase that should help with the organization, because we've got a lot of like surfaces to cover and not a lot of spaces to put things, because it is a very tiny apartment. We don't have a lot of closet space. We don't have a pantry in the kitchen. We kind of have to make it work, and that might mean buying things to organize into. So long as they're clean and clutter-free, that is the important part, in my opinion. Okay, next up. Next up, to make it so that everything is really bright, we've got Not Milky White from Holo Taco. There's going to be... my streams are basically, if you've been here before, Holo Taco and Maniology. Like, those are my products. Those are what I adore the most, though they are not... I am not exclusive to using them. Sometimes I use other things. But putting a base of white under these is going to allow the colors that I've picked to be as bright as possible. And Christine meant it when she named this Not Milky White. Because it is not. It is white. I'm going to lift this up a little bit so that hopefully my arm can slide under it and not into it. Yeah, the latest video I watched on ADHD, because this is my hyperfixation, this is what we're probably going to end up talking about a lot today, was, oh my god, I forget whose channel it is. I forget the name, but she lives with ADHD and she talks about it in a very informative way. And she was talking about waking up with ADHD, and I was like, Seamus, this is me. This is 100% me. And I sent it to him, and I could hear him laughing as he watched it, because it's me. About needing multiple alarms, or you're not getting up. When you finally wake up, you're not actually awake. You're gonna lay there for a while contemplating everything. All of the activities seem too strenuous to help you get up. Like, and then getting caught in the doom scrolling cycle, because ultimately you end up on your phone. Yeah. Yep. That's me. All the time. Sometimes I don't even remember the wake up cycle. Parts of it. But I know I must have been in the process, because my alarms are not set. Like, my phone will tell me if I missed my alarm, if I didn't turn it off or snooze it. And that won't be there, but I will have completely missed my alarm. So clearly I was roused, just not enough. Not enough. It happens way too frequently. And these are things that I never would have attributed to ADHD. I just always thought this is how I am. I'm so much of a night owl. I'm not a morning person. This is a struggle. And that somehow, you know, like other people were just these magical creatures who could pop up in the morning and be ready to go. I had no idea that this was actually a symptom of ADHD. It's those weird things that you don't expect. And I'm sure some of it comes from the fact that in the last 10 to 15 years, we've made leaps and strides with defining these characteristics, right? I like that she doesn't gloss over sometimes it's hard to do stuff and gives practical help. That is really important. That's really important. My hardest part is the emotional attachment to nonsense. Like, I get sad throwing out literally anything. It can be the most nonsensical item, and I'm just like, but it has feelings. It matters to me. It is ridiculous. There is no reason for me to have the emotional attachment to these inanimate objects that I have. I just do. And of course, the one time that I did actually break that like weird attachment was for some stuff I got as samples from being in massage school, right? One of them was a foam roller for your feet rather. And I was just like, I never use this. I've had it for 3 years. I'm going to throw it out. And I did. And I was really proud of myself. I did it. I threw something out. And then a year later, i.e. last year, technically, 2024, I started walking and running, and I immediately was like, I need to foam roll my legs. And I was like, fuck, I threw it out. I threw it out because I didn't need it. So I went from, I'm so proud of myself because I don't use this, so I'm going to get rid of it, to, if I had just followed protocol and kept it because I might need it someday, I would have it and not have to buy it again. So that was not good reinforcement. Her funny stories don't hurt, Carrie. That's always good. That's always good. That helps make it way more relatable. So yeah, I did that. I had to buy a new one. They're not cheap, as it turns out. So I was extra salty at myself. But I'm basically, I'm gonna have to be brutally honest with myself of, like, my, polymer clay stuff. I really do not do anything with polymer clay. Even if I don't throw the items out right away, it needs to be boxed up and put, you guessed it, in the attic on a shelf made just for like art supplies. And then at a later date down the road, I can make more decisions. But I have to start getting the things that I really don't use out of the general living area. It has to happen so that I have space for the things that I do use in the general living area. One of the organization things that Seamus and I need to get is something for all of my nail polish. Because, oh my god, I keep sticking my finger in my pinky nail. I'm having a time of it. Oops. It should be okay. Because, like, there are definitely nail polishes that I just gravitate towards. And then there are nail polishes that I need them on occasion, or I have them because Holo Taco released them in a set and I'm not necessarily enamored with them or going to use them, but I have them. And Holo Taco is one of the very few things that I collect, so it is what it is. They need a place to go. But nail polish is temperature sensitive. To the point that when I get some sort of a caddy to hold on to it in, it's gonna have to live in the closet. It's gonna have to be a rolling caddy in the closet because we have baseboard radiator heat, like the low ones, and they are on 2 of the 4 walls in the bedroom. And if you put anything with like drawers or bins near them, those bins warm up, and that is not good for nail polish. It will cause the solvents in them to evaporate into the air and go poof, bye-bye. And then you get dried out nail polish that you have to reinvigorate if you want to use it. So even though they are colors that for the most part I'm probably not going to gravitate towards, there's also the reality of there's only so much nail polish that I can keep on my display shelves. And so at some point, polishes that I do use more or less regularly will be in there, and I don't want them to get damaged. So the closet does not have the baseboards, the baseboard radiators, and it has just like basically shirts hanging in it, so something could live below the shirts. It will fit. It's just that it's probably not the ideal. We also have to go through the closet. There's so much stuff hanging in there that it's like, what in do heck? Again, it's one of the clutter gather spots. I really flooded the edge of this, eh? It's hard for you to see because I can only turn my hand so much, but yeah, there's so much to be done. And that in and of itself is overwhelming. So probably when I finally get my brain wrapped around it, I'm gonna have to sit down, and part of my planning will have to be to break it down into really small areas, right? It won't be organize the bedroom, it'll be organize the dresser, organize the closet, organize your desk, organize the cubes. Like, I'll have to break it into micro areas within the room to make it so that I'm not feeling like, oh no, I don't want to do the bedroom today because that's going to be quite the task. And I'm going to have to do that with every area of the house. I need to crack my back. Ugh. I don't know. No, I do. It's probably from my weird sleep. My back is just like uncomfy. It's uncomfy. At least my legs aren't uncomfy right now, though. Those seem to have settled down for the most part. For the most part, they're not perfect, but they're better than they were. Okay, so first color is going to be Life in Plastic. Again, this... Ooh, Jesus. Okay, no. First step is we're going to fix what we just did. I am all clumsy today. All clumsy, no grace. Bless this polish for being self-leveling. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyways, as I was saying, the first color is going to be Life in Plastic, which is a limited edition color that is no longer available from Holo Taco. I do not know what a suitable dupe would be, but I'm sure if you ask on like Reddit or in the Simply Nailogical Discord, somebody out there could tell you what could work. It is... So these particular polishes were released... I I think they were one of the anniversary collections, and they were in like a VHS tape, The 90s Are Calling. Like, that was the whole vibe. So it's perfect for my 90s aesthetic nails. I'm going to do my thumb, pointer, and pinky nail in Life is Plastic. Life in Plastic. I haven't used these in forever. I'm kind of excited. Not gonna lie. And you know, imposter syndrome is a really funny thing, because I actually for a minute doubted that I was doing justice to the 90s. I was like, what if I get it wrong? And it's like, girl, you friggin' grew up in the 90s. You know what you saw in the 90s. Like, you were there. You were there. You got this. You know what the aesthetic is. It's gonna be fine. Like, the psychologist gave me a diagnosis of ADHD, and I still, right now, I'm like, but what if it's not? Like, no, you are diagnosed. I got a diagnosis not just of OCD tendencies, but of OCD, and I'm still like, but what if it's just tendencies? It's like, the diagnosis is there. Trust people. But it's because I think the internet, you get to hear about the most severe of the severe, and you're like, well, I'm not that bad. And then it gives rise to imposter syndrome. Or at least that's my going theory right now for myself. Because, wow, it's strong lately. Like, really strong. Especially because the internet can be brutal, right? There will always be somebody out there who's like, well, maybe the person who diagnosed you is an idiot, right? Or not looking at it clearly, or just wanted to get you out of their office. And that might be a little bit of diagnostic trauma from being a woman dealing with doctors, but the internet just... There's a lot of people on the internet with a lot of opinions who think that they are the end-all be-all. I guess that's the best way to put it, and as anybody else with ADHD knows, rejection sensitivity dysphoria is a thing where you want everybody to like you at all times. I definitely am a high-masking individual to fit in. And there are very few people, I will be honest about this, there are very few people on the internet who actually know all of my, like, true inner workings, thoughts, and opinions. Because I don't want to have an opinion on the internet where 6 years from now, somebody is going to come back and be like, your opinion was wrong. And I will be like, I've grown, and they'll be like, I don't care. Because again, rejection sensitivity dysphoria, so I just don't put it out there. I can't tell you the number of times we've had serious discussion on here, and I feel really good about having the serious discussion. But then I get off, and like within 24 hours, I'm panicking that somebody thinks I'm an asshole. Just absolutely panicking. And I will revisit the conversation in my head over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, trying to figure out why they think I'm an asshole. Nobody actually thinks I'm an asshole, I think. But my brain will subsequently convince me that I totally said or did something wrong that nobody's gonna agree with anymore, and like everybody's just gonna disappear. And then I get back on the internet and my brain was lying to me and being a jerk, and everything's fine. It's very rude. It's very rude, and it's an exhausting way to live. And I've also heard, like, contradictory to what my brain wants to do, that actually having an opinion and stating your views makes you a more desirable person to be around. But I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I usually just stay quiet so that I don't say the wrong thing. Then again, I also have severe social anxiety, which could play a part into it. You know, because I have all the fun things. Why wouldn't I have all the fun things? You know what? Let's just fit... no, let's get the orange on because that'll give it a little more time to dry since there's fewer nails for orange. I do love these colors. I do love these colors. They are so pretty. Okay, so orange-wise, it's bright, it's lovely. It is the box office bomb. Ugh. Again, not available anymore from Holo Taco. It was very limited edition, but somebody on the Holo Taco Reddit or in the Discord could potentially tell you where to find a duplicate type thing, something to mimic it, if you are interested in this color. This is like my go-to way, by the way, to do accent nails. It's always my middle and my ring finger that are my accents. A lot of people pick either middle and ring or pointer and middle. Occasionally, you'll see ring and pinky, but very rarely is it pointer and thumb. God, these colors are so pretty. Hi, Hemi Wifey. How are you? Welcome in. How's it going, friend? I inhaled some of my spit. Apologies. I am forgetting how to human. Mixing up how to do basic biological functions like not swallowing your own saliva into your lungs. Because that's the thing. You're not supposed to put it in your lungs. Having a lazy day today, lazy days are good days. Lazy days are excellent days. I am here for that. This is kind of a lazy day for me. Painting my nails and chilling with you guys. There's still so much nail polish on here. I think I can just go right for it. Nope. I lied. Let's clean this up real fast. I also don't know what it is, but I feel like this shirt just keeps trying to choke me. I say I don't know what it is, but it's probably just me being hypersensitive to nonsense. Because it's not choking me, it's not tight, it's just existing. These colors are fantastic. And every time I put colors like this on, I'm like, man, I need to wear these kind of colors more often. And then I don't. I don't listen to my own advice for myself. Like, another tragedy. Another massive tragedy. Okay, back to the pink. Because we definitely need 2 coats of these. 2. Dos. Me. The. You don't want to know how long it took me to remember what the French word for 2 was. Too long. way too long. I just realized too, in saying that I can no longer count to 10 in French. I can still do it in Spanish. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, I can't. Ha! Fuck. But I can do it in Japanese. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, hachi, nana, ju, kyu. No, it's roku, nana, hachi. Basically, yeah, I can still do it in Japanese, just not in the languages that I actually took in school. Go figure. Go figure. Now I'm gonna have to look that up after stream if I remember. Because it's gonna bother me. Beautiful. Yeah, that is a big difference in color from 1 to 2 coats. French isn't really helpful. I mean, that's true, Kemi. That's true. Unless you go to Canada. Because some parts of Canada are like French dominant. I mean, it's the Canadian dialect of French, but still. Granted, as a tourist, I'm probably not expected to know French, but I've heard they can be a little snobby in Quebec. French and Canadian French are completely different. I thought that they were similar enough, kind of like Spanish and Italian, that you could get by with one or the other. If not, I've been living under the wrong impression sometimes. Because I was like, yeah, as long as I know one, I'll be okay. Yeah, in the States, Spanish is definitely more helpful. I'm not going to say necessary, since we are a predominantly English-speaking country, but it's definitely more helpful. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. I do hear French here and there. Going up to Fort Ticonderoga. That is an area where you can encounter so many languages, actually, but you will encounter French as much as you will encounter English and Spanish, because people come down from Canada and they do speak French. And the signs there are actually in both English and French because of the fort's history as being a French fort at one point. It was both British and French. So it started out as Fort Corleone, and then it became Fort Ticonderoga later on. The British kind of stole it from the French. It was a key point. So, and it was a key point in Canada's history as much as the United States. So people do come down from Canada to visit it, and they speak French there. So I'm probably one of the few people that can say, no, actually, I do encounter French. Canadian French, but French. The British did steal a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a language hotspot for sure. Finished the crochet scarf, narrow, but used up the skein, and it's long enough to use. That's exciting, Carrie. You are really getting into the crochet, huh? You and my bestie Gwen and Fool. Fool is so hard into the crochet right now. It's amazing. And it's been really interesting watching his path with it, I guess is the best way to put it, because he started with amigurumi and now he's moved into Tunisian, I think. Legatus, hello! Do you know why the pyramids are in Egypt? This is gonna be a bad dad joke, but alright. Lay it on me, Legatus. Why are the pyramids in Egypt? Trying to get a project a week done and the new craft isn't to where I can do that yet. Oh, you're on a break from crochet right now, Hemi? Is it like carpal tunnel reason? Because they were too big for the British to put in a museum. Oh my god, Legatus. You're not wrong though, okay? That's the sad part. You're not wrong. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. I love that. I love that though. But it was a dad joke. That was better than a dad joke, but it's still a dad joke. Carrie, I wish I could be like you and trying to get a project a week done. I have a whole list of unfinished projects that I need to complete. I have a whole bag of unfinished projects on that list that I need to complete. And some of those projects are because I want to get into the amigurumi side of crochet, even though when I tried crochet as a kid, it just, like, I couldn't make sense of it. But I was good at knitting. And I'm kind of feeling drawn to get back into knitting, which is scary because I really don't need another hobby. Even if it's a return to a former hobby. I came in to comment about the British stealing things, so I had to share that joke. Yeah. Yep. They did steal a lot of things. In the name of the king or the queen. And in the name of, quote, civilization, end quote. Because they believed that all other cultures were not civilized, basically. It does make a lot more sense as an adult rather than a kid that they stole most things. Agreed, Hemi. That's a tough concept for a young brain to really understand. Like, you can teach it, but to understand it is a different thing. I hop between crafts so much that I'm trying to feel like I'm getting something. You know, that's fair, Carrie. Hopping between crafts is a mood. That is a mood. I feel like that with activities. I actually had like a scary thought at one point. What happens if I get bored of streaming all of a sudden? And I was like, don't even think like that. Don't even think like that, because some things are forever. Some things you just keep doing because you do genuinely enjoy it, and stream is one of them. It's not going to be one of the things that you just casually are like, and stop doing. Ah, there we go. Nice and bright. Nice and bright. You got to give the British credit, though. They helped create far more Independence Days than anyone. That, you're not wrong, Legatus. It's not stealing if you call it conquering. Yeah, Yup. That's also a true fact, Hemi. It's not stealing if you call it conquering. I want to zoom in for this next part, so I need to see where we're gonna zoom. There we go. There we go. Yeah, they definitely gave a lot of people Independence Days. And it's interesting that I think it's Australia and Canada still technically consider themselves crown colonies in a way. Like, they still have respect for the British crown, which is fascinating to me. It's fascinating. We'll use this guy again, and I'm gonna need the pineapple and the acetone because I never cleaned this, and it needs to be cleaned before we use it. My bad. Oopsie poopsie. That is why I do this over the silicone. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do that. Soak some of it up into this cotton ball, because I can do that. That is definitely going to eat the tape boundary I have. Oopsies! Let's clean this up real fast, shall we? And the pineapple does ensure that I don't get it all over my my nails, that I don't accidentally take what I've just done off with acetone. Huzzah for the pineapple. And it's pineapple because of the plunger shape. Like, there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a method to that madness. That'll hold out for a little bit longer. I know you're getting a big look at my arm hair and freckles. I just want a pad to take up the rest of the acetone on the mat so that I don't like set my arm in it, because that would be awkward. Okay, that done. I was thinking green little flowers on the pink. I think those would be cute. And then I'm still debating on if I do like moon and stars in purple on the orange, or if I do squishy this on the orange. I think I'm gonna do the moon and star, because you know what? I don't have very big nails for it. I think I'll just keep it simple, stick with one plate. So I don't think this plate is available anymore from Maniology. It's MXM153, but you might be able to find people reselling it. No idea. No idea. This is the magical part, though, where we're gonna lift images and stick them on my nails. Do I want the flower spray or do I want the actual flower? Now that's a question. I gotta make decisions. Decisions are hard, you guys. Decisions are hard. And especially because whatever I pick is what I'm gonna probably stick with. I think I'm gonna go for the outline. I think that'll be the best. Okay, so we're using Maniology Stamping Polish B256 Lime Pine. You can do it, camera. You can focus on that text. I believe in you. It is literally like a super bright neon green. It's not like neon, but it is bright. A reminder for anybody who is not aware, when you do nail stamping, have all of your supplies at the ready. Have your stamper ready to go. Have your scrapers ready to go. Because this is... it hurts your eyes, the green. Or the bouncing of it trying to focus. Because it's being a butthole. Because this stuff dries quickly. It's going to be the green. That makes it a good green, Hemi. That makes it a really good green. Because we're going to make this a very thin polish. Pull off the moon. Stunk. Well, it's there. It doesn't show up as much as I thought it would, but it's there. We're gonna put more down. Little cleaning. Just get it out of the thing. More polish. Oops. Come here, scraper. Lift. Pick that up. There's no reason why they can't overlap. You can kind of see them. It is very muted on the nail. Your eyes just don't really do well with bright, bold colors. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'll see if I can't... First of all, let me rotate this. See if I can't double layer to make it stand out more. Because it is a very thin design. Well, I sort of lined it up. It is really muted. I might actually be better off with the filled in one. Can I fix it? Sure can. Because it's my thumbnail. Makes it easy to just go over it. Okay. I need more acetone. This is a fresh one, so I was much safer not potentially spilling. I'm just gonna do that for the moment. Close this up. What I'm gonna do is we're just gonna paint over this. I mean, it's there. It is there. It's just not there, you know? But here's the beauty. The polish is thin enough, this should work. Or at least work enough. Hi, Ellen D. Hey, I know you too. How are you, friend? How is your day going? Might not actually work as well as I thought it would. We may have to take one nail off and start fresh. Oh no, the horror, the tragedy. It's fine. Yeah. We are going to start fresh on this particular thumbnail. It's better than being unhappy with one of my nails and groaning and suffering and hating myself for not just fixing it. Still recovering from yesterday. I was going to edit today and decided to rest instead. You know what? Self-care is important. You worked hard yesterday and you stepped outside of your comfort zone to make chat's dreams come true. You deserve a day of rest. You've earned it. How is your face doing? Has the breakout, like allergic reaction calmed down at all? We're not talking about it? Oh no. Oh no, your face got worse, didn't it? Oh no. Oh no, friend. That is not good. That is not good. Is it because Kissy already yelled at you about it? Managed to be in a VC with people and no one asked for not saying a darn word. Okay, my lips are sealed. I definitely didn't ask about it. Okay, aside from that, how is your day of rest? Are you having a good one? I did see you in VC, and I think you were sharing Genshin Impact? Is that the game that you and Kissy and Sparkly have been playing lately? Palia! Oh, nice. They all, like, on a tiny little hover preview, they all look very similar. Oh, Palia. It's been at least 6 months since I last played. Because it's just a game that doesn't hook me. Like, it did for a little bit. Like, I was ungodly hooked in the beginning. And then gardening started to be a thing, and I was over it so freaking fast. Because there's no way to automate the gardening. And it's true of Stardew Valley as well. I hate watering the plants. Loathe it. Cannot stand. Do not want anything to do with... There's two things, really. Hoeing and watering. I like planting the seeds and I like harvesting the crop. I don't want anything to do with the rest of it. You can have animals now. Oh, that's exciting. Just didn't have any makeup remover. Yeah, I had to really scrub so your skin under your eyes is just... Oh, no. That sucks, L&D. That sucks. Well, add makeup remover to your list of things you need to buy. Or if you just order it online, you should probably do that so you don't forget. And then, you know, come Halloween, when you do your makeup next for sure... you don't end up in the same predicament. Aloe on it and it's helping. Yeah, aloe is really good for that. Aloe is really good for that. Gotta let this dry for a second before I put the white on, and then we gotta let the white dry before we paint the pink. And you know, while we wait for this, I want to do this. We're gonna do a test patch on the mat. This is part of the joy of these mats. It is a silicone mat. It is meant for the express purpose of you can work on it like this. It's impervious. What is that humming noise outside? Sounds like a vacuum cleaner. I bet one of our neighbors is using a leaf blower on the snow. You have a dentist appointment tomorrow? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, but also like heck the dentist. I don't like going to the dentist. Between the doctor, the eye doctor, and the dentist is my least favorite. And you would think because I really don't like going to the dentist so much that I have really good teeth hygiene and like habits, but I don't. I'm terrible with flossing, and there are many days that I forget to brush my teeth because I'm not going anywhere, and so it just doesn't occur to me. You go every 4 to 5 months, it doesn't bother you? Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I will honestly say, though, I think a big part of why I do not like the dentist, aside from being bothered by the sounds of the drills and whatnot, and the sensation of them scraping on my teeth being like nails on chalkboard to me, is I didn't realize that the dentist I had, since childhood basically, was not the best dentist for me and my anxiety. So he was a great dentist. Let me put it out there, okay? He did phenomenal work. He was efficient, and he was personable. Like, he was not a bad person, but he was a former Navy dentist, and they have a reputation for a reason. And I did not realize, because I had nothing to compare it to, that his idea of numb and actually numb are two very different things. So I didn't learn that until I got a new dentist because he retired, and the new dentist fully numbed me, and I was like, wait, I actually don't feel anything on that tooth. Whereas I had thought all of this time with previous dentists that the fact that I could still feel pressure and poking was normal, and it wasn't. And I was like, oh, it doesn't have to be quite that uncomfortable. But I was with that previous dentist for at least 25 years. Like, that's a lot of my life. I don't mind the dentist because you keep up with your teeth so you don't have any issues. Yeah, and see, the first thing that went when I fell into my massive depression that led to an attempt on my life when I was 15 was my hygiene. Like, I was the kid in 6th grade who, and that's about 10 to 11 years old, that I didn't like showering. Like, showering just annoyed me. I didn't want to take the time for it. I didn't brush my hair properly. I certainly didn't take care of my teeth. And that was when my mental health symptoms really started to appear. And it continued like right into high school. So you lose the habit and it's just gone. It's the first thing you forget. Yeah. Yup. I've only had one bad dentist and I chucked him out so fast. Yeah, and see, I didn't know that what I was dealing with was a bad dentist. At least as far as numbing goes. And my family just, in addition to me not taking care of my teeth the way I should have because of depression issues, my family doesn't necessarily have the best luck with cavities. Like, we tend to be cavity prone, but hey, lo and behold, it might be because we are all addicted to sugar in my family, and we were given free access to sugar in my family, and now I understand that the reason I crave sugar is because my brain craves sugar. Not only is sugar like addictive in and of itself, but I've learned now that ADHD really likes sugar. You hate the temperature changes that come with showering. I definitely don't like those, but for me, it's just, I don't know, because this persists to this day. Like, I'll be completely honest with you here. I do keep myself clean, but if I have nowhere to go for like a week, you can bet I'm going to stretch out the time between showers until I am so annoyed with how my hair feels that I have no other choice but to shower, because I don't like taking the time to shower. In my brain, even though I logically know it's only going to take me 20 minutes to shower. That's it. That's how long it takes. My brain has this idea that I need to set aside 2 hours for showering. And that it's like this big palaver and such a chore. And I'm like, it's not. Oh, I'm going to stretch my back. Hang on. There we go. Same. Yeah, it just, I I don't understand it, but that is the way my brain sees it. Brush my teeth when I leave the house or I'm around other people, but other than that, nope. Yeah. Yep. And it's a struggle. And I know, because I'm cavity prone, that I really need to brush my teeth every single day. And sometimes I'll look at my toothbrush and just be like, no, I don't have the energy for this. And then I don't. And then I think to myself later on, why the fuck not? It literally will take you 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I fight with my brain all the time. And I am now slowly learning that this is an ADHD thing where you have to make tasks so easy that you can't not do them. And that habits, at least in my experience, are twice as hard to form and twice as easy to lose. Like, I was getting in the habit of walking 4K steps a day. I had hit 60 days of this, so I was 2/3 of the way to like a more sustainable habit. And then I got the flu and I couldn't go outside and take my walks. And I was just mainly in bed recuperating. And now I'm struggling once again to hit 4K steps a day. And I'm very frustrated with myself for that. And it's not anything I did wrong, right? Like, the flu happens, but my brain was just like, oh, we're done with this. And I'm like, come on, brain. Can we not be such a bitch? Can we not? It's very rude. Like, it's extremely rude. Okay. Yeah, that's similar to what we've got on our nail. And I do still have to do one more coat on this nail, but we're going to lightly close it. I'm going to let both of these dry, and then we're going to test out, because I know the purple is going to be fine on the orange. We're putting a dark color on a light color, but the green and the pink are roughly around the same pigment level. So I need to see if the filled in flour will work better on that. There used to be this one toothpaste that was a soft cucumber taste, and it made it a lot easier to brush my teeth, but it went discontinued. Oh, that sucks, Heavy. That sucks. I've never even heard of a toothpaste that was cucumber flavored, but that sounds amazing. I'm angry right now because I have discovered that I like spearmint better than the typical like wintergreen mint that is toothpaste flavors. But spearmint only comes in like the specialty fluoride toothpaste or whatever that you get prescribed. And I'm like, can I not just have this because it's better? Like, why can't we have this as an option? Hi, Patrick. Welcome in. How are you? Sending you the biggest hug simply for being you. Aw, I appreciate it, Patrick. I hope you're doing well, friend. Kind of tastes like cucumber water. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. You know what I'm going to do for my back while I sit here? So I have this handy dandy lacrosse ball, and I've got this one spot that's bugging me. We're just going to lean on it. This is how I work shit out in my back, by the way. If you have a compromised back, I don't recommend this. My back is not compromised at this point, so I can jam a lacrosse ball into it. Someday in the future, my back may be compromised, and then this will not be an adequate solution, but that is not the case presently. I hope that my back is never compromised, to be fair. But the future is unpredictable. There, it's like the stamping never happened. Starting to hyena laugh again. It's something that I saw a while back on YouTube from Twitch. I love that for you. Laughter is so good for the soul, Patrick. Talked to my dentist and she prescribed me that stuff because I held my teeth a lot. It wasn't needed, but it helped, so she agreed I could benefit from it. That's not a bad thing. I got prescribed the super fluoride toothpaste and discovered I have basically an allergy to fluoride, sensitivity to it, because you have not known absolute distressing discomfort until your teeth itch. There's no other way to describe this sensation other than my teeth itched, and it was such a sensation because they didn't hurt, But they were driving me batshit after using this toothpaste for like 3 weeks that I wanted to break my front teeth off because it felt like it would help. And I stopped using the toothpaste and I've never had that sensation again. And my former dentist was like, I don't think that that's actually a thing. And I'm like, according to PubMed, it is. Right? It's horrible. It's horrible, Hemi. Yeah, I have it from fluoride. I have it from fluoride and it is the worst. Do not recommend. Let's just put it like this. Jokes in a stream are funny, but when the streamer gets hit with certain jokes by their own mother, it's even funnier. That's amazing. That's amazing, Patrick. I love that. Yeah, so do not recommend itchy teeth. Don't recommend that sensation to anybody. Mm-mm. You don't want that. Okay. Let me see about this filled in flower. We'll do the smaller one because it's a little more dense. Grape. I don't even care about the moon this time. It really just doesn't come out good, does it? It really doesn't come out good. I may have to pick a different color green. Because I wanted the two different colors to stand out, but I don't know if the green is gonna work. It looks good when you hold it up against the pink, like in the bottle, but this is just, like, that is not pretty. 56 self-care check-ins. Let's go, Patrick. Any doctor that doubts something I say that's a genuine concern, you're out of my life faster than a finger snap, as it should be, Hemi. If you choose to doubt me when I'm concerned about something, then you aren't a doctor I want. Yeah, your doctor's supposed to work with you, not against you. 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny because I have used this green on dark colors and it's phenomenal. It's just not working here. I think it's also the tonality of it. Yeah, you choose your doctor, not the other way around. Exactly, Hemi. Yep. That's why I'm so enamored with the doctor that I have found, because she does want to work with me. And it's crazy how rare that is these days. To find a doctor that actually will work with you and stand by you and not just dictate to you what your health is going to be and how you're going to achieve it. All right, I have to pick a different green. I've had way too much medical trauma from doctors to deal with any more of their bullshit. I feel that, Hemi. I feel that. I feel that wholeheartedly. Oh, why do I have a message? I will send that name to Jazz later. A notification came in and I can't help but look. Not call you a drug addict for being on the same med and the same dose. Right, if you're on the same dose of the same med for 7 years, you're definitely not an addict, because addicts constantly crave like a bigger high, right? All right, let's see what colors we got that might work. I mean, I could step away from green itself. I need a step stool actually to get up there. Hang on. My comparatively small collection of stamping polishes lives behind my monitor. Calling for my ADHD med. They make it out like I'm trying to smuggle drugs. Thanks, insurance. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Like, no, I can totally function without these. That's why they were prescribed to me. Insurance needs to just do insurance things and not be doctors. Ugh. Okay. I know this is awkward. This is the only way I can get up high enough to see what I've got going on. I mean, that could be a color. We could go for the teal aspect instead of the super bright. And I think I have a brighter blue teal. What color is this? That one would do. But that's an option. Do I have any other greens that would work? Too dark. It's not the right aesthetic. And I think, like, I've got the old Twinkled Tea one. I think I'm just gonna go with the blue. I think I'm just gonna go with one of the blues. Okay. Ugh. Move that off to the side. Can only get my meds refilled 2 days before I run out, so if something goes wrong and it takes them a day or two to fix it, then you're out of your meds for like 2 days before you... Yeah, and that's brutal. That's brutal. Like, God forbid there's a shortage or a snowstorm and they can't get them delivered in or what have you. Like, it's a problem. Okay, we gotta shake these. My doctor literally had to prescribe me a second short-acting one for the days my insurance fucks up and I'm left without meds. Oh, God. At least your doctor was willing to do that, though. It's such garbage, though, right? It's such garbage that the insurance can be like, actually. Like, no, bitch. You're not a doctor. Now, I get where they're coming from when they're like, this med has a 30-day supply and you're trying to refill it like 5 or 6 days ahead of time. Like, I get it. Where did my sticker go? My sticker came off the bottom of this one, so I have no idea what it's called. Well, that's not good. It's probably stuck up on the shelf somewhere. It's definitely in my book. But at the same time, like, there's got to be a way for insurance to say, okay, you're within like 3 days of your med running out, you're allowed to reorder. I think I'm going to go with the tealer one. That I don't know what it's called. No idea. I'm a little sad that I can't use that green, but the teal will be nice. You know what, though? I know when I got this one, I can re-find it. Okay. Real quick, I want to try the outline first. See if the darker color makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. I know it's there. If I shade it a little bit, you can kind of... Yeah. The teal it is. The teal it is. Ladies and gents and people of all walks of life and choices, we found our replacement color. Excellent. Now I'll just peel that up off of the map. Last week my pharmacy didn't order it in on time. You've gotten your meds through there every week for 4 years and you couldn't get your meds. Oh my God, Hemi. That's brutal. And I can't just take the prescription to a different pharmacy because it has to be prescribed to the... Yeah. Yep. Which also sucks. That you can't just be like, oh, well, you can't get it in. I will just go down the street to the other pharmacy then, where they might have it. Suffering with crippling anxiety for years, the VA would never prescribe Xanax because of the risk of abuse. Instead, want me to take hydroxyzine and antihistamine. The drug snows you out for 30. Yeah, Seamus is down for the count. the VA finally is prescribing Xanax again. But it took years, and Seamus had to jump through all the hoops of, this drug does not work for me. He had to prove to them over the course of years that the drug did not work for him. Okay, that gets that out of the way. And I will just use one of these dry boys to get that out of the way. Excellent. We can go back to nail stamping. Prescribing an antihistamine for anxiety is the biggest fucking laugh I've ever. Right? Right. And I get like off-label use, but that is just crazy talk. Now with the new VA reforms, I can get Xanax finally, which kills the anxiety and wears off in 4 hours, not in 2 days. Yeah. Insurance is like, well, since other people abuse it, that means we have to punish you. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And it's funny because there are alternative therapies out there. Part of what draws me to massage is how it can help people who are in chronic pain. Is it going to help everybody? No. Is it worth exploring? Yes. But good luck getting your insurance to reimburse you for it or whatever. Like, good freaking luck on that. That looks so much better. Yeah, but insurance is also the same people who are like, I don't want to let you have that because it's an opioid. But I'm definitely not going to cover alternative methods to maybe avoid the opioid use. You know, just pick a different drug, go off label. It'll be fine. It'll totally be fine. It's ridiculous is what it is. Absolutely ridiculous. Drives me bonkers. Thank you, Hemi. Right? I like this. I like this color. This color combo is definitely 90s. Definitely works. Definitely shows up better. If I felt like my placement was better, I would try to put that in the center of here, but I feel like I would screw it up. I feel like I would screw it up so bad. Oop, we've got some leftover on here. Remember, we don't touch the stamper head with acetone. We always use tape. Thank you, Carrie. It is seriously Lisa Frank, yes. The only way it would be more Lisa Frank is if it was animals. Listen, I had so much Lisa Frank as a kid. I loved Lisa Frank. I still love Lisa Frank, okay? I should look up for Lisa Frank things to put on, like, wish lists and throne lists and stuff. I really should. You know what I could do? I could use a dotting tool to put a little dot in the center. I think that'll make me happier with it. Come here, dotting tools. Ugh. You forgot how much work hand stitching leather is? Oh yeah. As I smack my nail and put a crease in it. It's fine. Miss Lisa Frank, that was your shit growing up, right? Lisa Frank was the fucking pest. Nothing anybody says will convince me otherwise. Lisa Frank was the shit. And all the kids who missed out on Lisa Frank, like, those poor things. Because again, Lisa Frank was the shit. I need to repair a nail. I did crease it. So I'm just gonna put a little extra orange on it. It'll fill in the crease and it'll be fine. Excellent. And I'm really excited that some of the 90s aesthetics are coming back because, I mean, I enjoyed them. I really enjoyed them. So I'm here for it. They were my usual folder for school. Plain zipper binder with all the Lisa Frank 2-pocket ones. Yes! Lisa Frank folders. Oh god, yes. Actually, we gotta do this in the other way. So we're just gonna get a little dabby. Yes. Yes, that makes me happier, having the little dot in the center. They were always covered in Lisa Frank stickers. That works too. That's another way to do it. I'm the person, I have somewhere in my possession at home an old like sticker saver book because I could never commit, and I still to this day I cannot commit to sticking stickers on an object that I may not have forever because I love the stickers so damn much. I enjoy doing it, but hand punching every stitch hole and saddle stitching is so slow. Yes, it is, Seamus. I had to stretch. I don't know what it is today. Just having one of those uncomfy in my skin days, I guess. Next nail. Next. Oh my gosh, I saw the most ridiculous thing, and I see it come up here and there on Reddit occasionally in the massage groups. And I just want to take these poor people and ask who hurt them. Because they claim that massage therapists and other healthcare workers should not paint their nails because it is quote-unquote unsanitary. Now, there is some scientific basis to acrylic nails holding on to bacteria. There is no scientific basis, however, to regular old nail polish being more bacteria prone. Yeah. Like, but this is the shit that gets constantly talked about in these groups. They're like, yeah, you definitely can't paint your nails because unsanitary. And I'm like, you can wash nail polish, my friends, and we're not allowed to have long nails because we'll stab somebody. There's nowhere for bacteria to get stuck under the nail either. You can paint your nails. And oh my god, people do not like that fact. I used the skinny side. Yes I did. That's why there's little fuzzies. Yeah, it's driving me lately crazy because it comes up here and there and it's back again. And I'm just like, you can paint your nails. It's fine. Really. It's fine. You can do it. Yeah. They haven't done good studies on it. It's potential that it's not a good idea to use gel either. It might harbor a little bit more bacteria. But overall, plain nails and nails with lacquer nail polish, like what I'm using here, have a 0.00 one difference in the amount of bacteria on them. Like, not enough to matter. Painted nails are fine as long as you clean your nails properly. Exactly. Acrylics hold bacteria and make pockets that bacteria hides where you can't clean it. Exactly. And it also mentioned, like, if your nails start to chip, that could lead to bacteria buildup, but then just take the damn nail polish off. Mine were covered with hand-drawn Iron Maiden scorpions and AC/DC graphics. Yeah, because some people had to draw in class, Seamus. I was one of them. Yeah, they hold no more than just your plain hands in general. Exactly. So the Reddit, the subreddits just get inundated by people being like, I want to paint my nails. Is this okay as a massage therapist? Because I've heard stories, and then all of the bullshit comes out again of, no, you can't because it's unsanitary. And I just want to rip my hair out and be like, stop. Every now and then I will respond with the PubMed article about the bacteria findings, but sometimes I just cannot freaking be bothered. Stay down, nail polish. Thank you. Sometimes I can't be bothered with these people, because at the end of the day, Reddit is, it's kind of its own cute little cesspool, right? It's lacquer. The solvent is acetone. Exactly. There's no microorganism that can live in acetone. Exactly, Seamus. And once it's dry, it's the same as the paint on your car body. Yeah. Yep. But there are people out there, apparently, who really strongly believe that you cannot, as a massage therapist, have painted nails because you will give your clients a bacterial infection. So that's the thing you now know. And it makes me so upset. Because I in general don't like misinformation being spread everywhere. And this is a classic case of misinformation. I could understand if we didn't know any better, if the studies hadn't been done yet, but the studies have literally been done. And all of these people who are sharing their quote-unquote knowledge about the bacteria of nail polish have not, like, they don't link a study, they just tell you that that's the way it is. There's also people still believe the earth is flat, so take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Yeah. I'm sure there's a flat earthers subreddit. I'm sure. And maybe I should direct these people who believe that nail polish makes your hands dirty to that subreddit. Right? Because, same train of thought. I'm gonna also have to get a new cotton ball here in a second. My god, the flat earthers came out in force during COVID when nobody had anything better to do. Holy crap. And I only know because Seamus decided that that was the rabbit hole he was going down. He wanted to just watch it to laugh at it. There is. Oh, of course there is. Of course there is, Hemi. I've just come to the conclusion, though, at this point, there's like a subreddit for everything. And it's never intelligent people, for the most part, who post in them. There's, of course, you know, a subreddit for Hashimoto's. And so many people perpetuate the gluten is inflammatory, gluten will make you sick, stop eating gluten and your symptoms will improve. Even though there is no scientific basis for this, and when anybody tries to point that out, they get shit on. You watch it just to laugh, yeah. When people have too much time on the internet, misinformation skyrockets. Absolutely. Absolutely it does. Yeah. And, oh, it is definitely laughable. Intelligent people know not to believe Reddit. Yeah. Yep. There's a Twitch subreddit, and it's just the same ridiculous questions over and over and over again. Oh my god, you guys, how do I grow my community? I'm streaming to one all of the time. Well, talk, for one. And that's not to put shame on anybody who is struggling, right? It's just 10,000 people have already asked this same question. Please use the search function. But also, like, it's too generic of a question. Nobody knows. It could be the category you picked. It could be the, I'm gonna do all the dots at the very end this time. It could be the content you're streaming. It could be you not being an entertainer. Time slot, language. Like, language could be a big thing if you were not streaming in English, because then you drastically lessen your audience. Like, there's so many reasons. There's so many reasons. And I see it too a lot because of Content Delta, right? The people who just, and I think this is the major overarching thing. A lot of people just want a quick fix. It's laughable, but also really sad because you're sadly the same species as these people. Yep. I feel that, Hemi. And one of the things I often catch myself saying is, oh my god, these people vote! And you can't even, like, it used to be that you could get a good chuckle out of, like, am I the asshole? But now people just karma farm. And it's all AI slop. Like, finding a genuine am I the asshole is, like, you've struck gold. Go buy a lottery ticket. Because that just doesn't happen anymore. I basically assume everything from am I the asshole is AI slop at this point. Like, don't even trust it. Don't even trust it. There's no point. Right, Hemi? Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. Pick up some polish. In the center. In the center. The dots make it. The dots really make it for this look. There. Flowers complete. Back in a few. Absolutely, Carrie. Safe travels. To the smaller Am I the Asshole subreddit, since those have a lot more real ones than just AI slap. I didn't even... So you're talking like, Am I the butthead, right? I've seen that one before. So we're clearly gonna have to do... You know, I was gonna do stars, but I think I actually want moons. Moons and flowers. Because there was just something about the 90s and moons. Hi, Tamiti. Welcome in. How are you? Hi, Thea. More like specific people who cover... Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, Hemi. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because some of them... It used to be that, like, Am I the Asshole could have some very interesting conundrums. Oop. It stayed stuck. So the way to fix that is to break it free with your hands, screw this back on. Lots are even off Reddit. Yeah. See, now that makes more sense, being off Reddit, because Reddit is just It attracts. It attracts that certain type of person, you know? And I don't even understand why somebody would want to karma farm on Reddit. Like, the appeal does not... I don't... Like, it's just... I don't see it. I don't understand the appeal. Maybe I'm just too old to understand the appeal, but I just don't. Oh, I could do a moon and a star, actually. Do I think I could fit that star in with the moon? Ooh, maybe. Maybe. To feel better about themselves, right? I'm doing good, Tommy. How about yourself? I just have hair in the wrong spot. To act like people actually like them. That is also a possibility. But man, how badly hit has your self-esteem, like how bad a hit has your self-esteem taken if you need to get strangers on Reddit to validate your existence? Whew. My sympathies to those people. Grateful that that's not me. Did it pick up well? No, it really didn't. It really did not pick up very well. People who refuse to do any other socializing? Yeah, just made lunch and chillin'. Ooh, what's for lunch, Tom E.D.? Because you know, when I'm done with my nails, food is gonna be top of my list. That just... The tips do not want to pick up. Maybe it's not meant to be. But I don't know if I could get the little star in there. I can try. I can try to get the little star. Get the butterfly off. Ooh, it fits. It fit! I like it. I know, it doesn't want to focus on my... There we go. There we go. Yeah, I like it. We'll do that. Yeah, I have learned to stop having expectations for humanity because I am always disappointed these days. Which is sad, because I genuinely want to, you know, be able to... Best part is I can turn these. I genuinely want to have, like, faith in humanity and, like, they're doing good for themselves and not devolving into less of a species, but AI is rapidly proving otherwise. Oh my god, Mathman was talking about it on Content Delta about an experiment that was done where they gathered groups of people, and the first group was only allowed books, The second group was only allowed Google, and the third group was only allowed like generative AI. And they had to write an essay on a topic that none of them had any previous knowledge about. And then they were tested on that knowledge one day. Ooh, God, that's not a good pickup either. Like one day after writing the essay, 3 days after writing the essay, and I think a week after, something like that. And the people who used Google or books had roughly the same retention rate, but the people who used AI, like, drastically did not have any idea what they had written that essay about, right? And then they changed it, and they let the people who were using books also use Google, and they got similar results. Again, they remembered better, etc., etc. And what it basically came down to, he was saying, was that the people who had used AI to write those essays did not learn anything. They didn't remember it. They had no clue what they had written about, and AI is often wrong. So it like more or less proves that AI is dumbing down society, and that is terrifying. That is terrifying. And I think we all know current students and whatnot who just generative AI, the answers, generative AI information. And oh my gosh, that is scary. That is really scary. I know somebody who basically gets all of their okay, that star got a little funky because it lifted. Who gets all of their medical information from ChatGPT, and has said to me it's basically the same thing as a doctor or a therapist, and I am like, it is not. It is not. Like, I'm sorry, it is not. Terrifying. Terrifying. This is not the future I wanted. I wanted flying cars and a robot to do my laundry. Right? Like the Jetsons had it. That was what we wanted. Flying cars and a robot. A Rosie. We all wanted a Rosie to do our laundry. I still want a Rosie to do my laundry. I don't know that I will drop this person as a friend. I just know that information from this person, like, I can't trust it. I have to verify how they gained the information, because they're not a bad person, right? I enjoy gaming with them. They help keep me motivated with exercise and stuff. I just can't trust the information that they're giving me. Got a computer that will make an image of the president. Yeah. Yup. Which I never ever wanted to see, and thankfully have never come across. There are some things in this world that just didn't need to happen, and that's one of them. That is definitely one of them. I remember growing up, the big thing for beauty standards and body image was identifying where Photoshop had been used, right? To enhance a model or change how the model looked, etc., etc. Because this was before the main, like, the average person had access to makeup tutorials, to do bone restructuring with makeup, right? So we were very concerned about Photoshop and authenticity, and now that is like the least of your worries. Now you have to question whether the image is even real, let alone photoshopped. And that is sad. Because we were just making progress with the real women campaigns. And real men too, because let's just face it, most men do not have a 6 or an 8 pack of abs and all the muscles of the world. Like that is also an unrealistic body standard. Now you have to question if the person's even real. There was, I shit you not, a person of color who became like a very famous model. Gorgeous, super dark skin, a beautiful facial structure, like just goddess level beauty. And then it came out that this person didn't even exist. It was an AI rendering. And like had been paid for modeling contracts and shit. Just wild. Blows my mind levels of wild. So you really like, now you can't even trust that what you see is real people or an actual incident. You can't trust the news because the news has to try to filter out all of the generated slop. Like it makes our entire world so untrustworthy. It's part of why I don't watch the news anymore. I don't pay attention because I struggle to discern what is real and what is fake when the lines are so blurred. I would like to say that I'm a quick spot on there's no way, but unless it's obvious, I have been fooled. Can I wake up with a 6-pack? Maybe a 6-pack of beer. I think that's about the most of us can hope for. Looking good, thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Welcome back. Trying to get as much of the nail polish off of here as I can. Beautiful. Beautiful. That concludes the nail stamping part. They're very cute. They're definitely not how I envisioned, but they're cute. How did I got nail polish in the weird place? I got nail polish in a weird place. It really does make things harder than it does easier, Hemi. 100%. Is that over there? I need water. Daddy. Daddy. Oh my goodness. Give it at least 2 zoom outs. 6-pack under your gut. Well, I mean, we all have 6-packs underneath of everything. Happy. Oh my lord. Oh my goodness gracious. The pet names have begun. All right, we got to seal this in. We got to make it look bright and shiny. I feel like there could be so much more with this, but at the same time, I still like it. It's simple. We're going to seal it in with Glossy Taco. A nice, quick dry, super gloss top coat. Helps give your manicure long-lasting wear, which we all want when you put a lot of effort into making your nails look pretty. Because these aren't black, the stamped images, I shouldn't have to worry so much about smearing when I've given the dots plenty of time to dry. So I found with the black stamping polish, I am much more likely to have smears, even with the smudge-free top coat going on first, which is rather frustrating. Clean up all of the excess. It's very important because it helps to make sure that you get a seal only on the nail, not on the skin. Because if a connection point is on the skin, it can cause lift, which again will make your manicure like peel off. I am not a licensed manicurist, by the way. These are just tips, tricks, and tidbits I've picked up along the way. To a late night BG3 session, oh boy. Oh boy. Hiding your six-pack too, just keeping it safe and warm. And it's relaxing watching this. I'm glad it's relaxing. I appreciate that I can bring to you guys just kind of a quiet, relaxing spot to vibe in. Because I know even when people aren't chatting in here, I have people tell me otherwise, that like these are the kind of streams that they enjoy having up in the background and essentially body doubling too. It's inspiring for them to get, you know, whatever they need done. And I'm here for that. Because me personally, like, as much as I like the co-working streams, the only persons whose I was able to get into because I felt safe enough in it was Cases. And that's not to say that other people who do co-working and studying streams aren't a safe spot to work in them. I am a person who, to this day, even with Seamus, like, I'll be working on a project, and if he walks in, I suddenly have to just hide my project, right? I don't like other people knowing what I'm doing, which is really weird and bizarre. I would hide my photography antics from my parents and stuff. Like, I don't know what it is, and I have a feeling it's part of this severe social anxiety. So for me, I wouldn't actually participate in the co-working and studying. Like, I wouldn't get stuff done unless I was making my list and then trying to cross it off in time. And I didn't feel comfortable making my list unless it was in Case's stream. So I just, like, they're not my space. But like when Fool, for example, when Fool is showing off his crochet creations before he gets into Faz, you know, for that hour to an hour and a half of chatter ahead of time, if you're in there, I am suddenly so inspired to do like all of the things. When L&D is doing cozy games, I'm suddenly feeling like, okay, I can use this to have in the background while I get my own stuff done. Working on your teleporter now. Corn fritters. Ooh, I want corn fritters. Case does have a lovely coworker. Case really does. I have 2 streams you talking and that's it. You know what? And that's fine. If that's the only places you're comfortable, it's the only places you're comfortable. It is such a thing. It's also why I made the quiet lurk redeem for my stream, because I realized all of a sudden that I didn't even want to, like, I wanted to announce that, hey, I'm here and I'm supporting you, but I didn't want to actually chat in the stream. So I made the quiet lurk redeem because that's something that I now look for when I go into people's streams, is a button that I can push that says, I'm here, I'm supporting, but I don't want to talk right now. And I'm also much more hesitant at this point because of these feelings to go into a stream that has stream avatars that show up when you arrive versus when you chat. If I know your stream avatars is going to alert people to my lurk constantly, I am much more uncomfortable. You do lots of lurking, Carrie? Yeah. You always forget to do that? It's okay, Emmy. You've remembered 26 times now. And that redeem is so appreciated. Sometimes you don't have the battery to people or talk. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like as streamers, we have this default that if somebody, even if they type !lurk, like we have a propensity to want to talk to them, right? There's just something about it being a chat, or vice versa. As a viewer, I feel like if I have to type that now people are going to want to talk to me. Whereas if I use a redeem, it also means that I haven't put text in chat. People can't tag me easily. They can't at me, so it's harder to converse. So it's kind of like that deterrent of, okay, this person clearly doesn't want to chat right now. Yeah, but I still want to watch and be there without needing to actually have a conversation. Exactly. Yep. So that's really what gave rise to me putting that redeem in on my channel. It's something that I look for. So I was like, if I'm looking for it, other people are too. I'm going to have it on mine. And I think it works out beautifully. And I am also finding it more frequently on other people's channels. There was a point where I was against the idea of anonymous follows because I was like, but I want to thank the people who are coming in and following my stream. Like, I want to thank them. And then I realized I can still say thank you. The person who followed knows who they are. I don't have to see their name or say their name to say thank you. And so I went to anonymous follows, and I have no regrets, because I have now become the person who is like, yeah, sometimes I don't want my name announced that I've suddenly hit the follow button for whatever reason. And anonymous follows just feel better. If I need to type, I am more likely to just not say anything. Yup. Same Gothic Fairy. I'm generally lurking in chats 99% of the time. There's a few that I really chat in. Right, Kags? Also, hi, Kags. I hope you're having a lovely day. A lovely Sunday. I'm sure you've just recently woken up. I went through, Kags, and I clipped the New Year's Eve VOD. You and Bean and I definitely have to play DBD together again, because that was fun. That was fun, but like off stream, so that I can actually dedicate, and not drunk, so I can dedicate some time to helping you guys learn a little bit, if you're interested. Because I know that was also a very chaotic stream. If I need to follow, I usually wait until they're offline. Yup, and then it's a crapshoot if I remember. It's a crapshoot if I remember at that point. Unless they are non-follows, yeah. And I was just like, this is the dumbest thing for a little while, and then my brain wrapped itself around it, and I was like, no, actually, this is genius. This is genius, because so many people don't want to be called out. We'd definitely be down for that. Hell yes. Hell yes. Yeah, I need to do some DVDing. Maybe this evening, because Chaos Shuffle is back. And I do love Chaos Shuffle. It's my favorite alternate game mode. I've just been so scatterbrained and trying to tick things off of my to-do list that I haven't actually played video games for myself, strictly for myself, in a week-ish. Because as much as I'm enjoying Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator, I am playing that for stream. I'm not playing it for me, right? not just quietly enjoying it. Today's a bad mental health day in general, but otherwise it's been okay. I'm sorry to hear it's a bad mental health day in general. I hope that you have lots of systems in place to help you with that, and that tomorrow is a much better day. Bad mental health days suck. They suck a lot. You're the same, Hemi, with the follows? Yeah. And then again, you gotta remember to go back and do the thing. And I don't know about any of you guys, but with my social anxieties, it also, like, I tend to lurk a stream silently. Like, I collect no redeems. I do not chat. I just lurk for a while before I get up the nerve to chat. Unless I know you from somewhere else. So, like, when Jazz started streaming, I knew Jazz from Fools. So I was A-okay going right into her chat and just saying hi and chilling out and stuff. But if I didn't, if I had just found Jazz and whatnot, I would have been silent forever. Oh, they're cute. They're cute. I like it. I like it. Now they just have to dry. You do that everywhere but here, and that's fair. That's fair, Tomiti. Thank you. They will definitely serve me well for the next weekish, and then it'll be time to change them. And do, I don't know what else, but something else. I'm trying to remind myself that I do not have to do nail art every time I paint my nails, which is why, too, I'm not doing solely nail art on Sundays, and obviously I can't because baking. But because I really need to just allow myself the freedom to paint a solid color. And voila, my nails are done. They don't have to be fancy. But I have...
boy, it's a penis.
Oh my god, Seamus. But I have found, massage-wise, like, I have very, you might be able to see it, kind of. I have pretty thick thumbnails. And even though I try to round them off with the nail file, they are still thick. And when I go to do deep tissue for clients that request it, like, it is all thumb work. Like, it is... get down and dirty with your thumbs, and I can feel the skin pushing back against my thumbnails when I'm doing it right. So doing it wrong, I push in like this, and you can see like my thumb is bending the wrong way. You really want to keep a C curve and push in like this, but you can see that means that the edge of my thumbnail is going to go in, as it does. And with naturally thick nails, they can be pokey, even though I have filed them all the way down and tried to round them off. But nail polish, and this is another reason why I advocate for, you know, massage therapists to think about nail polish, even if it's just clear. Nail polish creates this like softening that the file can't seem to manage, so that they no longer are these pokey, stabby nails that I can tell people are a little uncomfortable with. Like, it is a thing. It is a whole thing. And I think it deserves to be honored. So I'm trying to be better about painting my nails more consistently so that people don't get the pokey stabbies of my thumbnails. Because there's nothing I can do about them, right? It's just genetics. My thumbnails are thick. They are thick. They are thick gals. That's just the way they are. Right. I did do it though. I got my nails painted, so I am going to bring us back over to this screen. Now I'm going to try to readjust this. I think I'm going to have to balance it, but I think that's where it belongs. And then turn this off so I don't get like monster lighting, and I can push it back and out of the way. Nope, we're not quite. And you know how I know we're not quite? Because you can see my drink. Okay, I do need to stand up. I need to figure out a better tripod situation for my webcam. Because trying to pivot it is, honestly, it's a huge problem. Oh, thank you. Thank you. My sister brought it back for me from TwitchCon. She brought it back for me, and I appreciate it. But now I can do this. So you can see the nails here when it focuses. Yeah. They're cute. They're cute. And they have like 90s elementary school child vibes, right? Like that is definitely the vibes that are going on with my nails, and I'm okay with it. I am absolutely okay with it. I see nothing wrong with this. Never have, never will. Love, love, love. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. One less program to have running. Oh, it was a quick stream. I kind of, like, part of me is like, we could just sit and chat and chill for a little bit. Or I can find a place for us to go and hang out. Like, that is up to you guys. Because with my nails in the state that they're in, I can't play games. I cannot play games. I had thought about maybe doing some swatching because I have a whole bunch of Holo Taco that I still need to swatch, but again, I don't know that with my nails still technically being wet, that is a good idea. Because I have to open the boxes and everything, and I will end up screwing up my nails. I will. And I also don't want to lean forward anymore. Because I am definitely feeling that weird like pinchy strain in my back. Right? It's not a good feeling. And part of that is, so like I'm working out here and I really want to work here as far as where I put my stuff. I want it to be closer in front of me so I can sit up, but in order for you guys to see it, I have to lean forward, and it's definitely a conundrum. It's definitely one of those things where I have to noodle on it for a while to see if I can't come up with a better solution. Obviously, the best solution is going to be getting an actual computer desk. Just let you know, absolutely, Kags, absolutely. It very well might be that I want to. I will keep that in mind. It's probably going to come down to I have to get an actual computer desk. And then all of my computer shit goes on the computer desk. And then when we do nail art, I will have a space to do nail art, and I will remote desktop a little bit so I can see everything on my laptop. And that's the only computer item that's on the desk outside of like my cell phone providing the feed to DroidCam, but that doesn't have to be connected into the main desktop. It works over Wi-Fi connection. So then I will be able to have the camera closer to me because I'll have the space on the desk to have the camera closer to me. It will make a huge difference, but I don't think I can get an actual computer desk until we move. I don't know that we could fit a third desk in this apartment. That's the big thing. I don't know if we could fit a third desk in here. If we manage, like, there is a chance when we organize and we deal with everything in this bedroom, because that's where my desk fits, that yes, we actually do have room for a second desk, and I can have both. Because the desk that Seamus built for me is going nowhere, but it is not conducive to being a computer desk. It's just not. I built it with the computer being a secondary thought. I had crafts and stuff in mind when I designed this desk, with the ability to have the computer on it to like watch YouTube tutorials and play City Skylines. To the point that the computer was such an afterthought that I sized the keyboard drawer only for the keyboard, and I have nowhere for my mouse. So I have like an extra little table that my mouse sits on. And I had so little room once we put monitors and stuff on it that I needed an extra side table to put more of my crafting things that were originally going to sit on this desk on. Like, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. I really wasn't thinking clearly when or, well, I shouldn't even really say thinking clearly. I wasn't really thinking about having a computer on this desk when I was designing it for Seamus to build for me. I was thinking about how best to make it for my height, for doing actually beadwork, for doing beading. So, there's that. It's a whole thing. It is a whole thing, and I admit that, like, this is how it is, and I wasn't expecting it to be this way, but this is how it is, so I'm gonna beat you? Why would I beat you, Tamaiti? Did you do something? Did you do something? Or are you talking about my beadwork with a D as in dog? Because I think you may have misheard me. It's for beading with a D, not a T. I'm not gonna beat you on my desk. That is incorrect. And while I'm sure it is built solidly enough to handle pretty much anything you throw its way, I'm not beating you on this desk. That is definitely not how it's going. Well, now you're sad, Kinky. Listen, there are plenty of other places to dish out a beating, but not the desk. We'll knock something off of it and it'll be a problem. You know? It'll be a whole problem. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Fine, I'll behave. You have to behave, Tamaiti. Hi, Will. Welcome in. How are you, friend? Like, that's the way it goes. You gotta be a good girl. No, you won't. Hemi is calling your shit. Hemi is calling you on your bullshit. Hemi knows. Hemi knows. There's another type of beating she could do. Oh my goodness, Kags. Oh my goodness. Naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty. We're not bedazzling things. They figured out my master plan. I must run away. Far away. Not the anal beat. Oh my god. Bad, Seamus. Naughty. You're naughty. Also, your caps lock is on. Oh my goodness. Please pin that. I can't pin anything in OBS. I actually have to go to Twitch if I want to make a pin. Seamus got what you were saying. It dawned on me when he typed it. I was still on the decorate things. Oh, of course. Of course, Tommy D. Oh, Bella's spanking bench just for you. I can let my hair down. It feels so nice. Listen, I love having my hair up, but sometimes, especially like when my back is bugging me, having my long hair all piled on the back of my head is not pleasant. It is not pleasant at all. Thank you. What am I gonna do with you guys? This stream always gets so spicy. It always gets so spicy. I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. I wouldn't have it any other way. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. And I'm gonna remind you because you're all aware of the D's Nuts cookie cutter. In 1 week, when I do cookies, we are not making D's Nuts cookies. We are making snickerdoodles. Okay? That cookie cutter is being reserved for February. I will pick out a nice recipe that it can be done with. I don't know if we're going to do the butterscotch again, or if I will pick a different sugar cookie style recipe where it doesn't like spread, where it'll ruin the image, where it's good for shaped cookie cutters. Thank you, Seamus. We need a little spice in our life, right? We have to live up to the 18 plus. That's fair, Hemi. That's fair. We do kind of have to live up to it, don't we? What has an innocent boy like myself walked into? You are not innocent, Will. Not even close. You found me through my sister. Nope. No, you're not innocent. Snickerdoodles they don't hold the shape, Tommy 80. They spread, so I cannot do snickerdoodles in the shape of D's Nuts. Lies and slander. Facts. Exactly, Hemi, exactly. So yeah, the D's Nuts cookies are going to be reserved for February because Valentine's Day could use some D's Nuts, okay? That is the plan. There is a method to the madness. There is a logic behind the decision. Tried. You're streaking, Kags. Spread D's Nuts. No, we can't spread D's Nuts. You tried. So the snickerdoodles, and this was part of why I was frustrated by USPS not working, having the internal errors. I need the P.O. box so I can open up the bakery to more people. I'm going to open the snickerdoodles up for pre-orders. I'm going to put a cap because obviously I don't want to make like 10 batches of snickerdoodles, but I'm going to allow pre-orders so that people can get, like, they can get how many they want versus I'm only going to do 2 batches and it is what it is. And the only reason I'm doing pre-orders is because the snickerdoodles tend to be very popular and they're very quick and easy to make. Snickerdoodles do not take a lot of effort. This will be the 3rd or 4th time we've done them on stream, but who cares because they're delicious. That's why I love you. So I am definitely looking forward to making them again. I just need the P.O. box so that I can open the bakery up to more people. Not that there's any obligation for people to purchase cookies or pre-order or what have you, but so many of you ask me about the cookies, and I want to have the option available to as many people as possible, you know? So, P.O. Box comes first so that I can have a return address that does not link you directly to my house. In fact, the return address is going to be in a completely different town from my house, and that'll help out immensely. It'll also mean when I figure out the beaded buddy earrings, because it's going to happen, like the old 90s lizards and ladybugs and like all of those creatures that we used to make, I'm going to turn them into earrings with my seed beads. That's the plan anyways. I will be able to, if you want to order a pair, have that as an option. So, P.O. Box first. USPS, you better get your shit together so that I can get that down. Like, USPS has been having issues though, honestly. So I sent out cookies and I had some, you know, Christmas cookies that went out via the bakery in addition to what went out through the general means. And one of the packages we assumed got porch pirated because it said delivered but wasn't there, and this person has had a history of issues with porch pirates, which is, you know, not pleasant. Nobody wants people to steal their packages off of their porch. And then all of a sudden I get an email from Pirate Ship, because that's how I ship everything for better rates, that, oh hey, this package you shipped has had to have like a $1.42 adjustment, right? You put the weight in wrong. And I'm like, there is no way that I put the weight in wrong, A. And B, You delivered this a week ago. Why are you just now telling me that the weight is wrong and like you're correcting it and you're charging me? So first and foremost, I absolutely did put the weight in incorrectly. That is my own fault. I realized it after I filed the appeal that I punched the so there's two sections. You have pounds and you have ounces, and I punched the number. It was 0.83 pounds, and I put it in the ounces column, so I was absolutely incorrect, but there's no way to unfile my appeal. But the appeal still stands of, why are you charging me after the fact? Well, it's because USPS apparently marked it as delivered, but still had their hands on it. It got delivered a couple days after they sent that to me. And I was like, what? So this person who thought that their cookies had been porch pirated suddenly messages me and is like, the cookies are here. Are they still safe to eat? Yes, they are. I told them I hope they're not stale. She said that they were not stale. But it was like, WTF. Are you kidding me, USPS? What happened? How did you just not actually deliver the cookies? That makes no sense. So USPS has been experiencing some hiccups. I don't control USPS. I just use them for shipping because they are the cheapest and sadly the most reliable. At least in my experience, I have seen the horror stories of UPS, and don't even get me started on FedEx because good Lord, some is an understatement, right? Right, Emmy? Oh my gosh. Honestly, I don't know why it is so hard for anybody who's delivering anything to do their job well. But apparently it's a thing. I just got done trying to play with Riku. The game kept sending us to big maps on random. We gave up. No, Lunar. Oh, that's rough. Phasmo, why? Why? That's rude. Ooh. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to shipping companies, they all have like massive problems in their own way. And of them, USPS tends to be the most reliable, which is really sad. And I'm going to assume, and I know assuming is not a good thing, but I'm going to assume that when it comes to other countries, it is equally true that their own internal postal system is better than the corporate systems of like UPS, DHL, FedEx, so on and so forth. I don't know. I just ship things. Absolutely. Yeah, Kegs, because I know you're in Canada. Yeah. Here for FedEx, like half the time they don't even make it to your door. They just set it at your steps, or they say that it's going to be delivered, it's on the truck, so on and so forth, and it's actually still in the warehouse. It's not on the truck. Like, they can't keep their packages straight. And with UPS, good luck if it needs a signature, because they are not trying to get it. They just stick like, we've literally watched them already have the note written out and just stick it on the door, even though we are home. Never knocked, never tried a doorbell, nothing. They just stick the note on the door, call us. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. So, you know, the frustrations of trying to ship things and have it reliably get places, which is why there's actually a PayPal scam for anybody. And like, this goes out to anybody trying to sell anything, because I know a lot of Etsy people got stuck with this at one point, where they tried to use the cheapest method possible to ship, figuring that nobody wants to pay shipping costs. Reasonable assumption. But what would happen is they would accept a PayPal payment and they wouldn't have a tracking number because it would be so small that they just wouldn't get a tracking number. It would be in like a small enough envelope or whatever that didn't come with tracking. And the person would say, I never received this. And it could be like an original artwork print or something that's worth hundreds of dollars that they charged. And PayPal would reverse the charge and say, well, you can't provide us proof that you have shipped this item and that it arrived, therefore you're the liar. And they would refund the customer, and the customer clearly got the item and also got their money back. Like, it was a whole thing. So it became a thing that if you ship something, you better save that shipping number, like the tracking number, because if somebody comes back and tries to claim that, oh no, it wasn't shipped, you can say, here's the tracking number, and then PayPal will be like, oh, actually it was shipped, so, sorry, not their fault. Canada Post loves giving you the attempt delivery thing days after you've actually gone and picked up. That makes no sense, Kags. That makes no sense. What the heck, Canada Post? What the heck? That, oh my god. Why? Why, though? Like, I don't understand how these systems can be so inefficient. Obviously, things are only as good as the humans running it, but what? Life makes no sense. That's true, Hemi. That's true. You're not wrong there. But it's like, there's gotta be ways to make it less problematic. Like, I don't know. I thought computers were supposed to help make our lives easier, and I feel like they've only made them more difficult. Run by the lowest bidder. There's that, Carrie. There is that. That is very true. It is indeed run by the lowest bidder. Oh god, that's a terrible thought too. That is a terrible thought too. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, that's part of why I think I have a fear of roller coasters and stuff, because everything is done by the lowest bidder. And it makes you wonder what the compromises are. Sometimes I feel like putting things out to bid is not the best option. All this chat about the post made me remember to check something. I am waiting for it. It's arrived in the country. That's so exciting. I'm so happy for you. The compromise is your life. Yeah. And I mean, it's one of those things, right? You have to remember that that giant roller coaster that's like 700 feet in the air and it's going to drop you straight down was put together by the lowest bidder. The materials for it were granted by the lowest bidder. It does not instill confidence in me. A lot of our things in hospitals are done by the lowest bidder. Confidence, not there. Roller coasters are not built by the government. They're all assembled by certified welders and inspectors, but it's still the lowest bidder. It's still the lowest bidder. You think that these amusement parks are just going out and hiring who they want? No, they put this shit out for bid. It still makes me fearful. Even if it's not the government, it's still terrifying. Doesn't mean it can't be good. That's true, Carrie. But it's terrifying. There's only like 5 companies in the world that make those. It's still scary. It's still scary. Listen, roller coasters are scary, okay? Let me justify it. They're scary. They're very scary. Oh. Anyways, you guys. I think it's time for us to take this show on the road. Oh my god. I've been on a wooden one. It's extra terrifying, Kags. Extra terrifying. I got lied to. I got deceived by my cousin. I was 12 years old, I think it was. 11 or 12. Went to a theme park. Absolutely. Last story. They have stupid high engineering specs. There are only a couple accidents a year, and most of those are people being stupid. Shh. Quiet, Seamus. I need to justify myself. So one of the rewards for being on what was called the honor roll, which is basically you are a well-behaved student in class, was this group of us. No, this wasn't the honor roll. This was just the class trip. I'm lying to you. Honor Roll was in the subsequent years. This one was the class trip. We got to go to an amusement park at the end of the year, and I took my cousin as my chaperone because she had a season pass. She knew the park, so I was like, we will get on to the most rides and we will be the most efficient, right? She wanted to do roller coasters. The rest of the people in my group, because we were like groups of 4 with a chaperone, wanted to do roller coasters. I did not. And we came up to one, and my cousin was like, your little 5-year-old cousin can ride this roller coaster. I believe in you. You can do it. And I was like, all right. It was a bobsled roller coaster. It had brakes during it. So this roller coaster never got above like 30 miles an hour. I was cool with that. It was still terrifying. Then she brought us to an old wooden roller coaster. It was like one of the like landmarks of the amusement park, right? And they all wanted to go on this. And again, I was like, I'll sit and wait. It'll be fine, because we're back in like the year 2000. It's okay to let a child sit in the park during class field trip time. Nobody's gonna steal them.
Is that the comment?
Go away. Go away. So I asked her, does it have brakes like the bobsled one? And she looked me dead in the eye and goes, yes. So I get on it. It did have brakes at the end. I didn't specifically ask if it had brakes in the middle, which it didn't. It was the most terrifying 90 seconds of my life. I squeezed her hand white. I had my head between my legs. I was terrified. Yeah, she deceived me. And she told me at the end, you didn't specify which brakes. And I was like, you knew what I meant. And she just laughed at me because that's what you did. I have no regrets about going on that coaster. It was, like, after the fact, it was fun. But I was not happy with her at the moment. I was not happy with her at the moment. Yeah. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Anyways, you guys, I will be back tomorrow. This is going to be the first week of... Hi, DH. Thank you for the lurk. This is the first week of Monday, Friday, Sunday. Or I guess it's technically Sunday, Monday, Friday. Either way. This is the first week we're trying this out. I am going back to pole dance on Wednesday. I am making the changes that I want in my life. And it's going to be good. But that means tomorrow night is when I will be back, not Wednesday. We are going to work on Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator again. We have alcohol, poisoned alcohol to deal with, and a poisoner to murder. So expect that. I didn't... Oh, he's calling for the cat. I did not crash the train last time. I did, however, die to a lot of bullet holes. So probably there will be more bullet hole death. We'll see. 7 p.m. Eastern. So same time, different day. I look forward to seeing you guys there. If you're not already, get your booty in the Discord. It's got all of the timestamps for you so that it's converted to your time instead of my time. That way it's easy for you to know. Makes it easy for you to come and hang out. If you want, here are the socials. I actually have stuff updating on them, so highly recommend checking it out. I think you will enjoy the stuff. I am completely caught up outside of this VOD and the last VOD on content, so some of the stuff that you guys have clipped has become content on my socials already. All right, we're going to go say hello to Mandles. She is a wonderful teammate of mine on EBGG. Her stream title is This Is Not a Birthday Stream, so I'm assuming, based on the party hat on her head, that it is somewhat her birthday. So we're going to go say hello to Mandles. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. If you are subscribed, you get to use the first raid message with the mandalas. If you're not subscribed, then the second one with the hearts is for you. Thank you guys for being here, whether you chatted, lurked, subscribed, resubscribed, drop bits. We're streaking. Just generally, we're being an awesome person, followed, like, however you chose to be here, however you chose to support, you did. And I really appreciate that. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I look forward to getting used to this new stream schedule. And in the meantime, make sure you take a moment to practice some self-care. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you, because you matter, friends. Have a great one.